Hello my peeps, my name is Kat aka Kakibot, and in today's video I'm going to be taking you to 3 amazing locations around Edinburgh which make just the most perfect autumn walks. As you can see, we are now in peak autumn, so if you are visiting anytime soon, your walks will probably be more wintry than autumny, but none of these places are going anywhere anytime soon, so if you're visiting next year or the year after, hopefully you will watch this video and give me some extra algorithm points and make this channel go on forever. Yay! Anyway, without any further ado, let's find out what our first location is. So our first little autumny trip outside of Edinburgh, but not too far away from Edinburgh, is the Dalkeith Country Park. And I've never been here and it's great. It just feels like we traveled hours outside of the city when in fact we only drove for 30 minutes from the city centre. You can take a car, you can even take a train here, and you can also take one of the buses. I believe it's 3, 33 and 49 that will take you to Dalkeith. Anyway, this country park is pretty large. There's bits that are more kind of like cultured, like behind me here, very nice, historical, pretty, and also bits that are very foresty and in that sort of like very like old forest way. Like we walked through and we saw some trees that looked ancient, so maybe if you're in like a bit of a spooky mood, that might be a good activity. There's about 5 different trails here that you can take, and they kind of range from like 2 that are very easy, kind of like hour and a half, good if you have a stroller or like small kids or even for cycling, and then another 3 that are supposed to be quite hard or long. Like there's one that probably takes about 3 hours and kind of goes all around the park, and you might see some horses, some deer, some squirrels. So if you came to Edinburgh with a family, or if you live here with your family, there's also a little historical building called the Restoration Yard, and within that you have a really cute shop, a coffee shop and a restaurant. Right now in the times of COVID, obviously you should go on their web first and make a reservation. That is only for the restaurant. The coffee shop is, I believe, closed for sitting in right now, but you can still take away sandwiches and coffee. I am, by the way, really overdressed. If you're coming here, you should do more like country sporty and not like, you know, fancy high boots, coats and all that. I'm literally like, I'm wearing a mini skirt and I feel really dumb about it. But the upside is I was able to wear these 2 little pins that I'm going to show you in a detail soon, and they are made by Bloomsbury Nook, which is a great pin creator who I have a couple of pins from, and they're so autumny, and I almost feel like I'm part of like a political campaign. Vote for fall/autumn, depending on if you're in the US or UK. So this was our second autumny walk. As you can see behind me, that's the Roslin Chapel. If you're a fan of Dan Brown, which I don't judge you for, because everyone needs an easy read from time to time, you've probably heard about it before. But you can take number 37 bus from Edinburgh city centre to here. It is the Lothian bus, so pretty affordable. You just need to make sure that it's the bus that says that is going down to Pennycook, because I think that the 37 bus actually has like different terminal stations, so keep an eye out on that. Anyway, if you want to stop by Roslin Chapel, as with everything nowadays, it's the best idea to book your tickets in advance online. An adult ticket costs £9, and I think that the concession is like 7, but we didn't actually visit because it's a Sunday and they were open from 12, and we came here much earlier because we wanted to catch the beautiful weather, which, as you can see now, is kind of leaving us for the whole of winter. So yeah, we wanted to take advantage of good weather and go into the woods instead. You can take more than just one route here. There's the Roslin Glen Country Park walk, which is about 4 kilometers, and that's the one we took, again because we're kind of in a time pressure, so we took the shorter one. Then there's the longer one, that is the Roslin Pilgrimage walk. So I can definitely tell you that the shorter one is still quite challenging. Like, if you have any issues with your knees, then like just don't, because there are a lot of like muddy steps, so you will be going up and down and you will get muddy, and there's a lot of dogs that will jump on you and get you even more muddy. I need to go home and clean myself now because so much mud from all those cute dogs I met. Anyway, there's a lot of really like romantic ruins on the way. There's the old gunpowder factory, which is not surprisingly in ruins. That seems like that was supposed to be its destiny. There's also the little old railway station remnants, where nowadays you can sit down to have a little picnic, a little pit stop. We ate our little Halloween serene, and it really perked us up. As a bonus, you are really close to our local Edinburgh IKEA, so you can connect pleasant and practical and take like one extra stop on the bus that way towards Edinburgh City and buy yourself a chair. Buy yourself a Kallax. That's it, that's the name, right? Meatballs, yes, those also. Our third little activity slash day trip is Craigies Farm, which is just between the bridges over Firth of Forth and the airport. So when you're here, you're gonna see and hear a lot of airplanes, but I find it really exciting. I think that's fun. But the reason why we're here is not airplanes, it's pumpkins. Full autumn mode. As you can see behind me, there's a little pumpkin patch, and you can book a time slot online to come here and pick up a pumpkin or 2 or 3 or, you know, unlimited pumpkins, as many as you can carry. Some of them are quite chunky. Obviously the fruit picking is not limited to pumpkins. There's also some apples that are still in season now in the sort of first half of October, and before that it was strawberries, and I think that they also have rhubarb, and in the summer it's like blackcurrants and gooseberries. So, you know, keep an eye out on their website. They do have quite a lot of different produce that you can pick. You also don't actually have to partake in the picking activity. You can just stop by here in their cafe, get a coffee, and in the shop you can get all of the produce that's actually in season. I forgot to mention that when you're booking, you're obviously going to have to pay for it, but the money that you put into there, you then get to exchange for, you know, the stuff that you pick up. I think that we paid like £8 per person to book this like pumpkin picking activity, but then if we pick up £8 worth of pumpkins, we basically don't have to pay anymore. So our last little walk was actually here in the city centre, around the upper part of Royal Mile. And we joined one of the tours by Market Tours, which have been around here for over 30 years, I believe, right? The tour we did was kind of crime heavy, kind of scary, a lot of dark history of this city. If you join them for this tour, you might end up thinking of Edinburgh very differently than the way you used to think about it. The tour guides are always super amazing and talented and just so good at getting all that fascinating information from like their head into your brain. I love it. So if you have a chance of joining them for a tour, I really recommend it. We already did it twice, and good thing is that it's actually still allowed to be done. Ominous. They are very good tours. Oh, good. I thought I only had that bit of time between the dongs. Between the ding-dongs. Anyway, this is a great activity to do if you still want to kind of like keep it in the city center, but you know, a lot of things are closed now, a lot of the pubs, a lot of the restaurants have closed. I'm not quite sure how the museums are doing right now at the end of October because of all these extra rules we have, but the tours are still on. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little list of walky places where you can go stretch your legs if you want to enjoy autumn in or outside of Edinburgh. We definitely enjoyed it. A lot of these places were absolutely new for us, and it's just so fun. Like, if you can't do all these like traditional things, like going to the same favorite restaurant over and over again, and instead you just go to like these country parks that you heard about but you've never been, it's great. So yeah, even in the times of lockdown, still so much great stuff to see. And also autumn has been surprisingly nice this year, so yay! Anyway, as always, I will super appreciate if you go give me a follow at KakiBot and KakiBlog on Instagram, and I shall see you soon, hopefully next week. Bye!